All right. So, what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about what the next weeks are going to entail and how we're going to finish out the course and finish out our books. And I think this is a very important kind of overview that will be really helpful for all of you. So, as we move into week 7 through 8, and actually week 9 as well, so the first thing that we can see here is our video faculty lectures and our drop boxes, finishing out your script. So there's more information in here about finishing out your script. And then there's a lot of information about overview of comic books and graphic novels, about children's book authors, some very, very good information in here. And this is the time that you need to really kind of research what other people have done and what mistakes they've made and how they've corrected those mistakes. So these are things that are going to help you, kind of inspire you to get a better handle on your story and how to tell your story. So the first thing I want to look at are video lectures. And so right here we have our how to use InDesign for the midterm. And I believe we've already looked at that, but this is a really good video on just how you can set up InDesign, and you can, and a little intro on how InDesign works. And then this you can start to bring in for your midterm project. So, and the midterm is all discussed in week 9, but you can start doing it now. So everything that you do, you can start bringing in to InDesign now. And I think that's very important. We're working on backgrounds right now, so we should have our characters kind of done. So we're working on backgrounds. So I've included this piece on the perspective tool. It's also in the last section, but I've included it again here for people who may forget. And also I've brought in how to use the symbol sprayer and also some things on AI, and we're going to actually look at that today. So those are really important. The next thing is an intro to what our parent page is. So this is part of how InDesign works and what parent pages are. So parent pages are master pages that you can put things on, and they can move into all the things that all the pages that you have in your book or your comic book. So it's things like page numbers. So the next section is then based on page numbers. So these are two very important, very short little videos about those two bits of information. So I really need you to take your time when we're not in class and to watch these, because these are going to help you so much. So don't underestimate these videos. Okay, let's go back out of here and go back into week 7 through 8 and 8. So in here, there's more information about writing your script. So scripts and storyboards, we've kind of looked at some of this. Websites and descriptions of comic scripts. And this talks more about panel scripts. And hopefully, you kind of have a handle on that now. This is really a nice piece on children's book authors. So those of you that are going to be doing a children's book, this is an interview with Kate DiCamillo, who's a very well-known children's book author. And it's an extended interview. And she talks a lot about her, just how she got started and how she, develops her books. And then this is a really nice little piece about common mistakes that you make when you're trying to become a children's book author. So those of you that are writing children's book, these are highly recommended. Please take a look at them. Okay. In addition, we have an overview of comic books and graphic novels. So here again, how to make your graphic novel, all the beginnings of creating a comic book, basic understandings about comic books. Please go in here and look at this stuff, because this is going to help you think about how you're going to do panel development and so on. So it's all in here. And then let's take a look here at our drop boxes. So what's due this week is to start thinking about your ideas for covers, and we'll be talking about covers today a little bit. And then also midterm progress report. you're going to start your midterm progress report. So you need to be starting your midterm progress report now. It needs to be handed in by Monday of week 9. So Sunday night would be like not this Sunday, not next Sunday, but the following. So that's when it needs to be handed in by Monday of week 9. Okay. Let's see here. And so then last but not least, I have included this section in here. And the reason why is because if you're starting your midterm InDesign file, you can also be starting your book file. So you can actually be starting your book file now. So what I've done is that I and the other teacher who teaches this class, we've worked together on building an area for you to understand how to set up your book. And so there's 2 sections in here. This is how to set up your cover. And this is all about how to set up your cover for InDesign. The next one is how to set up your children's book template, right? So it goes step by step on how to set up your children's book template. And last but not least, how to set up your comic book template. And then what I've done is we have created templates for you. So instead of you having to set everything up, all you have to do is open these. And so when you go to open, it'll come in, you'll put it where you need to put it in your graphic design, in your GD 1500 course information for vector design, and then you will have your book started right there. So this is really a big help for you because we've already put in page numbers for you and things like that. So everything is there in the template for you to just start adding your frames and start putting them in. Now it's the same thing, very similar to the comic book, but the comic book template actually has frames in there. So now you can delete and move those frames around in the parent pages or not, right? But it has a way for you to be able to like use all of that, all of those things. And that way it's a big head start and it should help you quite a bit. So to get back to, then what's going to happen after that, as we get kind of all the way out, we have those pieces due in our drop boxes. And then let's go back, let's go to the next section, which is section 9, week 9. And then here we have our mock-up book is due, our midterm progress report is due, and our final book story is due. So these are due, at the end of this week, except for the midterm progress report, which is due on Monday. So you really want to start that now. And then after that, what are we going to be doing the rest of the semester? Well, this is really important. What we're going to be doing are what are called progress reports. So if we go into weeks 10 through 12, we're going to continue to look at tool usage. We're going to talk about things within class. But for the most part, and here we have video lectures and Illustrator tool tutorials. So there's more tool tutorials in here. Any kind of things that you feel like you might be missing. We're going to go through more things on clipping masks, on paths and merging techniques, transforming, and a puppet warp tool. So there's more and more tools that are going to be coming your way as you continue to build all the things that need to go into your book. But also there's a Dropbox, and the Dropbox is your progress report. So your progress report will be, at this point, you expect it to be at least 25% of your design should be done. And then that's all that's you're going to have in terms of Dropboxes for the rest of the course are these progress reports. So they're 25% of 32 pages. And this is just to keep you on task, because otherwise what happens is students kind of get really far behind and then they can't get it all done. And then here we have the Dropbox for grades. This is progress report 2 and progress report 3. This is for weeks 11 through 16. So that's a 4-week period. Those 2 drop boxes are due. And then the last is to hand in your final book and send it in. So that's how the rest of the semester is going to go. We're going to be working on our books on a regular basis. We won't necessarily be meeting every Tuesday and Thursday. We may only meet like once a week sometimes. But the point is that this is what, you're going to be moving forward with. So I'm going to stop there